Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, and hopefully everybody doing okay. You know, I know a lot of people are concerned about moving here, and I can understand that. I took a gamble, and that turned out okay for me. That's not true for everyone. I've heard some horror stories. But anyway, what would I recommend? Make sure you have an income for one thing. I'm starting to see a lot of videos of expats that have financial problems. And in my perspective, what little information is given, excuse me, my nose is acting up. What little information is given, they were very poor planners. Of course, there's other things that happens that causes those situations. You know, anything can happen. But the biggest thing that I've seen is where expats got involved with girlfriends, build a house, then get put out. And they walk away, and they're put out and they're financially disaster. Well, again, poor planning. Girlfriend, build a house. I wouldn't recommend that. If you're going to build a house, keep in mind, don't invest more than you are willing to walk away from. Simple. Even after me being married for many years, when I built this house here, that's what my plan was. I didn't spend more than I'm willing to walk away from, because you never know. Anything can happen. Of course, I trust Grace, as you all well know. I don't think there ever will be a problem. But I always kept in the back of my mind, be prepared. If you're not willing to walk away from it, don't throw your money into it. Now, what I didn't like before we built the house was throwing my money away in rent and getting nothing back in return other than a place to stay. Now, some people are fine with that. But here in the Philippines, the biggest problem is a lot of times you're stuck with the maintenance too. I've run across that on a couple of occasions. Or no maintenance at all, and the house has got leaks and one thing or another, plumbing problems, and the owners just don't care. Now, I've seen that happen not only with me, but other cases. But then you have people that do long distance relationships, and they start building a house for this person they've never met. Now that don't make sense. You've not physically met this person. You're throwing all this money into building a house with the dream of going to it. You might get lucky and you might not. That's a big gamble. I wouldn't be that type of gambler. I'm sorry. Me and Grace had a long distance relationship before I came here. I wanted to meet in person and be together for a period of time before any investments were made. Because you can't get to know each other to an extent until you actually are together. Every person out there are different. Their emotions are different. Their lifestyles are different. And being compatible, You might be compatible in a long distance relationship, and once you get here and you actually meet, you might not be compatible. That could happen. Again, I got lucky. Extremely lucky. I couldn't ask for anything better. But not everybody's going to be that fortunate. That's just the way it is. No. I feel for these guys that ends up on the street with no resources. And it's sad. You know, it makes me think about a friend of mine that came here, and he ended up having health issues. And he had started on a house, bought property, a very good wife, but disaster happened. He ended up going back to the States for a period of time, trying to get treated. And he finally seen that the treatments wasn't going to work, and time had come. So he came back. And unfortunately, you know, I went to visit about a month before he passed, and I could see the deterioration. You know, I try not to get emotional in it, but you know, when you get to know people, it's tough. And they didn't have any kids, you know. That's the first time he'd been married. He didn't have no kids. She didn't have no kids. Well, it's been almost 2 years now, and she did move forward, not with another relationship, but she's actually working abroad, trying to build her life again. Hopefully, things work out for her. You know, of course, my best friend passed about 5 years ago, maybe 6. His wife actually moved forward and remarried, and she's currently living abroad with her husband and doing quite well. But not everybody's so fortunate. Sometimes they leave kids behind, and when they do that, it makes it really tough if they don't make pre-arrangements. What I mean by that, I've seen this happen too. They have kids, they won't take that step forward to make sure they get their citizenship from their home country, so they can be entitled to their benefits, so that the child can be supported and educated and hopefully have some kind of future. I've seen this happen several times. Had a friend of mine that lived not too far from here, and had 3 kids. 2 of them were his. He never made that step. Now his wife is struggling and stretched out. You know, it's just unreal. It's sad, but that's the way things are in life. You know, things happen. Anyway, there are some good things here in this country, and I love it here, regardless of all these things that happened in the past. So I get to enjoy the warm weather. Of course, right now it's rain and more rain for weeks now. Yesterday we had some sunshine, but I woke up to rain. This morning it's not raining, but I couldn't tell if it's overcast or not. It just my night vision's not good enough. I couldn't see the moon or anything, so I guess it's cloudy. But that's another story. But anyway, guys, everybody out there, if you don't mind, when you see somebody, smile. You might get a return. You might get another smile back at you. So until next time, take care and stay tuned.